It's a brand new season of CGL.
This is just an absolute treat. These players are so damn good.
The talent on these teams is undeniable. Everybody on every team right now is making plays.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, and it'll just get better from here on out.
We're about to step to a whole new era of Overwatch esports. So much exciting action is happening here on CGL that you not want to miss. Look who's starting it all off. It's Raven. No one necessarily figure out what is the right way to go just yet.
What a nice roll through. Just gonna solidify everything from Mythos.
Does come back, and Arsarion gets the mech, but I don't need a mech. I'll kill 4 anyway.
This is just a highlight reel for Arsari right now.
They're making a statement in the EU Masters here.
This patch is still incredibly fresh. There's so much to learn, so much to change about the way we play the game.
NKC, but the shatter is colossal.
Let's get it going.
Trades keep coming through. Lores, you're gonna be able to find these shots true.
Idu on the overclock with 2.
Here comes an Avalanche immediately to back that fine skills, slicing and dicing their way through 2-3. So back and forth.
And welcome back, everybody. It is a brand new season, season 15, in fact, of CGL, and I am here with the wonderful, talented, amazing Nia here, as well as myself, Ma and Neva, to cover this game's matches for you guys. Of course, this is the NA side of things. It's gonna be a fun time with that intro video, hyped all of us up. How are we feeling, Nia, as we start to get into our 2 teams here, which are the Vengeful Platypus and, of course, SCAD Beesports back. Again, so glad to see them back. I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, it should be exciting. It's the first North American scene that we're going to be able to get to see up on week 1 here of CGL of season 15. But, you know, we got Vengeful Platypus versus SCAD. Both of these teams are probably going to come up into this one with a lot of competition, and that's always a spectacular thing to see.
Absolutely. And as a recap, of course, there were some earlier games on the other side of the planet, of course. It was, again, here, Coconuts of Victory living up to their namesake, getting a 3-0 against Damage Incorporation Mythic. What a beautiful game, beautiful set, happened over a little bit earlier today. And as always, you guys know, CGL always runs NA. We also have, I believe, South America this season, which is absolutely insane.
Interesting.
Very exciting to spread out the regions for these tournaments. So that is your quick recap. Right now, again, going to be Vengeful Platypus versus SCAD Beesports. Love the Perry Platypus image there, though. Very, very fun stuff.
It gives me flashbacks to the cartoon days, you know, always a good thing to see the platypus. But yeah, you know, looking at both of the teams, as I said, they're going to be coming up into this one with a lot of competition. But the real thing and the real question is Vengeful Platypus, right? Are they going to stick to the composition that they listed? Because I got to say, I think they're that Brawl team, and they might just bring the Brawl to the game.
I mean, yeah, given their team sheet here, which of course we have access to, the Vengeful Platypus are very favored. They love playing Brawl. They said their favorite meta was when Ram was around. Ram Rush specifically.
Ram Rush.
I can't lie, I miss it too. I miss Ram Rush. I miss when JQ got Rampage every fight. I miss those metas, but regardless, we might be able to see that as we move over to our map pool of the week. We are starting things off on Lijiang Tower, the most scrimmiest of scrimmiest towers to ever have scrimmed upon.
Yeah, and Lijiang Tower is obviously a map for Brawl variety compositions that you can pull out of, you know, your team setting, but as well, you could play Dive here, and both of those compositions are pretty precise, but as well, right? Rush could come up in the play here. So 3 types of compositions that both of these teams can stick to.
And we also want to remind people, with Season 15 coming up, with OWC is also now introducing hero bands in their own map pool. We also have implemented that in CGL. I mean, if you saw the UK game earlier, you understand how it works. It's 1 ban per team per map, and teams cannot repeat bans, okay? So Vengeful Platypus, they are banning currently. And again, let's say, for example, Vengeful Platypus, they want to ban, I'm going to say Widowmaker, because Widowmaker. Let's say they ban Widowmaker. That means that she's banned for Lijiang Tower. But in the game 2, where they go over to their next map, they cannot ban her again for the rest of the series. However, that doesn't mean that SCAD Beesports cannot ban her either. They can ban her just fine, as she has been unpicked by them. So you can characters can be repeated banned, but not by the same team, if that makes sense. And so again, with the meta kind of being Hazard, Nia, I want to know, what do you kind of expect to be seen as a ban here? Because honestly, as I now have this beautiful drawing tablet, I'm personally kind of expecting the Hazard. I'm expecting the Soldier being so popular. Even
Yeah.
Juno, we've been seeing Overwatch OWCS also ban her. What do you kind of expect
Lucio
as
too?
well?
Well, you know, after looking at what OWCS has brought to attention, we kind of get to see Kiri and Lucio there, so I wouldn't be surprised if it were to come down to a ban of one of those heroes, but it seems to be that Vengeful Platypus, though, are going to be banning the Hazard, which is not that much surprising, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? We have been in this Hazard meta for kind of a while. You know, when he came out, everyone was like, okay, whatever, like cute, whatever. His jump is too short, whatever. Like it was just kind of, he was just kind of there during his playtest, and then suddenly when he got buffed and then he really released into the game, he had everything going for him. A jump, 6 seconds cooldown, which
Yep.
I think got increased to 7 seconds. That's what I backwards. That's so sad. 7 seconds. His slash also, I think a lot of the things were unaffected, which made him so much stronger in the meta than any other tanks we've really seen. So if they do nerf Hazard in an upcoming patch, I know at the end of the season, into season, I think 14 or 15 we're in. I don't even know anymore. So many seasons. I think we're gonna see a rise in Mauga. We're gonna see a rise in maybe Ball, who has been kind of coming up in the ranks, if you can
Mag?
agree there. What else do you think of?
Well, you know, as well as like DPS, right? I feel like there's a lot of scene there too. Obviously, a lot of Sojourn coming out, but looking at the ban here, SCAD Beesports is going to be banning that Sojourn pick. So Hazard and Sojourn are going to be the bans for this one of map one. But looking at tanks, we've got a lot of stuff to see here, honestly, from both of the teams.
Absolutely. And we had mentioned one of the teams is very, very favored towards that brawl, but the other team, however, they're a little bit different. They like the brawl, but they also like the Junker Queen instead. So let's talk about real fast. Vengeful Platypus coming up on deck. Here is, of course, their upcoming lineup. And like I mentioned, they move now? Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. That was so cool. Okay, here are the rosters. We have Shadowy, good playing at DPS, but not Sojourn, having it be banned for this map here. We have Flatter Weevil on that Venture, or preferred the Venture. Mayo on the Rhine. Firewall and Orichtofid on that backline with the Brigade and the Honor. So I'm hoping to see a dive here, as you had mentioned earlier, at some point in the series.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went like a Winston on a Brig dive and, had fun with that. But let's move over to SCAD Beesports.
Yeah, especially like how you said, escort maps, that is always a good thing. But yeah, SCAD Beesports Black, we have a fantastic roster here, I would say, Mods. Obviously, the one representing our tank role here would be Frosty Jack, and Puppy up on the DPS side, up on the support line. Other Revol up on the support as well, but Shuttle up on the DPS for SCAD Beesports Black, which, Mott, it's going to be aggressive type compositions from both of the scenes here tonight. But yeah, SCAD Beesports Black just gonna try their best against this.
There is something about it's just a simple small detail, but shoutouts to like overlay production, everything, because the characters actually moving is so cool, and I am like, hi JQ, I'm sorry. But we are going to be getting things situated very, very quickly onwards. Once again, as a reminder, Hazard and Sojourn are banned here. We will not be seeing what has been kind of meta in the greater pro Overwatch scene, what we've been seeing in our comp games higher than, Diamond, because my Diamond games are... They've been something as of late, I have to say. But Lijiang Tower is going to be the name of the game, and whether it's on Control Center, whether it's on Night Market or Gardens, there's so many different variations of these comps that can be run, even when you've lost the Soldier, when you've lost the Hazard.
Yeah, I know something that I'm looking forward to looking at that DPS line from both of the teams is going to be probably a Genji or Tracer here, and hitting a Pulse Bomb and getting like a massive sticky is just nasty in my opinion. It's always exciting.
Absolutely, and I think they actually might go for the Genji Tracer just because they can follow up on one another very effectively. Tracer gets a target low, Genji's there for the execution. Tracer's there to distract somebody, Genji wipes him off from the back line. It is a really good trade-off, really good synergy those two DPS can have, given that you don't have the Sojourn to hold angles effectively at all. But I'm interested to see what kind of tanks we're also going to be running here. Again, we could just go for the straight brawl now that they have completely dismembered Hazard, shot him out back, he's in Miami dead, and find a way to, as a rush start locking in, I want to see what we're going to be running here on Night Market.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting brawl type compositions from both of these teams here, but as well, Rush could be part of the scene.
Well, I don't know what's happening with the platypi over here. Is that correct word, platypi, for multiple platypuses? I have no idea. But looks like they're going over to the Reinhardt with the Kiriko Lucio backline. Personally, they have to be really careful with how they maneuver. They have the sim for that teleportation methods, but the Kiriko and the Reinhardt, the synergy can be kind of a little bit lackluster. But when you're already on the point, teleporting so quickly onto there, it's great for Shadow to get a really easy pick there onto Shadow, who just couldn't find the right angles to find Vengeful Platypus behind these barricades of the objective. And look at that. In the first 10 seconds, the fight is over with. They need to wait for Shadow to come back.
Yeah, wonderful stuff for, a forward engage here from Vengeful Platypus. Shadowy is always a nice one to get up into those fights, and looking at what Shadowy could do, they do have Dynamite, which is going to be a little bit critique whenever it comes to this gameplay here.
Okay, looks like the fight's coming on really quickly, and Farley's Jack so low gets pulled out again by Shadowy. Once again, repping this Ash so beautifully. We did lose Shadowy, but we are going to be losing Dr. Richtofen himself. Oh my goodness. But Mio coming in for the aggression, trying to find the kill needed on other Vol, which they absolutely are going to be able to find, but the point does flip over to SCAD Beesports Black right underneath his nose. But look at this. Vengeful Platypus coming right back around that coast area. They're 5 stacked. They're going back to the objectives. Shadow force it back out, find the heads, but no one's really peeking them the way that Shadow was looking for. And that's another fight. Suddenly goes right back to the Platypus.
Yeah, Vengeful Platypus doing a great job with their ult economy, charging that up. Obviously, we get to see Firewall with this Kitsune Rush ready to go, but as well, Mio over ult charge against Frosty is actually huge.
And like you said, there of course is that aforementioned Kitsune Rush we're talking about from Firewall, who pops it right in the middle of the point very beautifully. Yeah, you lost Dr. Richtofen, who hasn't, in Zobies, it's fine. We have now secured 50% of the objective in our favor for the Vengeful Platypus. SCAD Beesports only 11%. They had to work with something, and maybe Saya and Shoto's Bob and Kitsune Rush respectively might work out favorably for them.
Yeah, I could see SCAD Beesports Black coming back up into this one with that Kitsune Rush. But as well, if Puppy is able to charge up that blade, that could be critical damage for this Vengeful Platypus team.
Oh, that's both going down. Shoto finds a pick on Shadowy by the way of the Dynamite. Then the Bob comes in for all the assists in the world. Mayo's super low, not being able to find any sort of standing in that fight there. Dr. Richtofen is able to get one off, so they're waiting on Olival to come back from the spawner, but really good, clean fight from SCAD Beesports. Yeah,
and looking at that, last fight, SCAD, they did use the Bob, and as well as that Kitsune Rush, so they are down 2 ultimates, but looking at it, they got 3 to work with, and Puffy could do some devastating damage to this Platypus team if they, huge CP for sure, but Mio as well, right? Shatter, it's ready to go.
Yeah, huge TP coming in from Fighterville, who does have the signature wall you were talking about earlier ready and active, so maybe that'll help a little bit against Puppy, but against an upcoming Dragon Blade from them. But this Shatter might be huge, and everyone's split up for a reason. But Frostjet not gonna be able to get the care as the backline is trying to get away as much as they can from the side of Vengeful Platypus. Shadowy does pop the Bob out, shuts down Puppy, and that Dragon Blade only going to be able to find one person the entire time, and there's a quick reset coming in from SCAD Beesports as you have 90% on the objective for the Vengeful Platypus.
Yeah, SCAD Beesports even gonna be able to get back here.
God.
Oh, it's just gonna be stunned. That was good play though.
Oh, a triple! No, I wasn't away every game. Objective has been secured. 1-0. Wall used at the very last second. And Nia, what happened there? You know, there was multiple times where SCAD got the objective in their favor. They had ults to utilize, but somehow, some way, Vengeful Platypus just went right underneath them every single time. How?
I think Vengeful Platypus is just more of a brawl team by looking at that first map. Obviously, it is their favorite composition, we got to see from the team sheet, but Neo up on the Rhine there, just surprising Puppey at the end. Not, something that Puppey wants to see. But talking about SCAD Beesports, it's going to be interesting to see what they could do, and it's going to be a switch onto a Tracer, so a little more of aggro play from this SCAD team.
Absolutely. They're rotating really quickly onto the objective. Tracer coming in from Shadowy here. Give me a big fight against Puppey and Shadowy. Make sure that each other are keeping one another in check. So no one in the back line between both teams here are going to be peppered by the assault of Tracer. But
that's a huge
talking about Mayo for a second, again, Frosty Jack going down for the count almost immediately in the first fight here. Signifying another repeat of what happened in that first round. And they have this objective in their favor almost immediately.
Yeah, and Neo just kind of overruns Frosty Jack here up in these, team fights. Neo's always there for that first finder, like how we got to see from that, first point up on this. But Frosty Jack just trying to pull some aggression.
Trying to, for sure, and the peel is coming through from the healers, but shout out very expensive. Suzu also used so early 2 really big, long cooldowns that they don't really have in the event of another fight, but Firewall also doesn't have any sort of anywhere to teleport to or get out for free, but Frosty Jack thankfully goes down. Firewall's death not gonna be in vain today. Wow, we pin those every day of the week. Puppey does find other Richtofen, so both supports for Vengeful Platypus are gonna be coming in from spawn soon enough, but that's a big stagger onto Puppey from Shadowy.
Yeah, wonderful stuff from Shadowy. As a Tracer, you could kind of movement your space with those blinks. But the thing that's going to be interesting is Puppey and Shadowy is going to have these pulse bombs ready to go here shortly. And who's going to be the first one to go?
It's gonna have to be one of them, right? And they're both really even, but the biggest thing I think here is also the shatter. If we get one beautiful fat shatter with everyone lined up, that's gonna be GG's. We're charging into the point. Everyone looks a little bit scattered here, but Firewall can be the first one to go, thankfully from Shoto. Getting him up in that high ground really nicely. Pulse bomb gets blocked off by Mayo there, and there it is. Shadowy also finding other Vow. They're up a lot of back and forth. No one's up really until SCAD Beesports. Puppey gets a pick onto Flatter Revo. That's absolutely massive. Suzu expended. And we actually hold onto Shadow for a little bit longer. I think they were just aiming to stall the point to get a good 82-ish% on the objective.
Yeah, and looking at what SCAD did there was they kind of overran that high ground to where Mio couldn't really find a shatter spot against SCAD. And I gotta say, having, Shuttle up on that top end, trying to get the shots up in, throwing in the dynamites is actually a huge play from SCAD, so wonderful positioning.
Here comes a rush all down that first lane. Everyone going over to the white room instead. Gonna be completely avoiding the benefits given to that other team of this continued rush. Blizzard World, oh my god. Blizzard does come through on Puppey. Goes right into the fire strike from Mayo. Now again, you're up a whole person. They're gonna be starting to go over to the objective. Bob has left the scene almost as quickly as he was there. Shatter is still a threat. It might be enacted on the General Queen if they don't get the peel needed, but instead, give me a really quick kill from Flatter Revo on just the May Icicles in order to secure this kill. Another beautiful fire strike from Mayo. Shadowy finishing off Shoto. And that's 50% on for SCAD and 81 to Vengeful. And we are, Puppey going in for breaking ankles, I see on the Tracer.
Yeah, now it's ticking, right? 85%. Vengeful Platypus doing a great job there, doing it with their team. But as well, you're looking at these ultimates that SCAD Beesports can come back with. Frosty Jack is going to go quick, and this is a smart decision, I'd say.
Well, goes for the Rampage, but finds the sound barrier from both sides here as a response. Richtofen finds other Veil, and I think that's 3 blue in the kill feed, getting a bunch of advantage. Ooh, big shatter onto Frosty Jack, shuts them down, and that's a quick 2-0 lead here, and a 1 point on the board for Vengeful Platypus.
Yeah, and kind of like how I said before, right? Vengeful Platypus is just familiar with this brawl composition whenever it comes to Rhine or even Ram, right? I'm kind of surprised that they didn't play the Ram Rush, A little bit of slows would have been nice to see, but Mio up on the Rhine, controlling that high ground as well, just swinging the hammer, that's impressive.
I had to agree. I mean, to have Reinhardt come in rather than the Ramatra, rather than the maybe an opposing Jungle Queen, just to mirror it a little bit there. It's actually very. I love seeing Reinhardt. That's actually the thing. That's the real tea. I
Yeah.
love seeing Reinhardt. I love seeing big Reinhardt plays. And to do it with a Kiriko, which I also feel like it's a little bit. It's the synergy is a little bit different. It's a little bit weirder, just because sometimes Kiriko can't keep up Reinhardt as well often. But I also think the target focusing. And not overwhelming the Reinhardt from the side of SCAD Beesports was their downfall, because Reinhardt does struggle to bit a lot of angles being put onto him, because that shield only goes in so many directions.
Yeah.
And I think they had the right idea with Ash. They had the right idea with Tracer, but a lot of them they're looking at the same angle. So as we move on to Blizzard World for our map 2, that's angles galore. I want to see them take those angles. I want to see them be greedy here against Vengeful Platypus.
Yeah, and talking about Blizzard World, that's a great dive composition matchup where you could see different backlines for supports. Brig Ana could, favor more up into that. I would love to see that. That's usually what we see with dive, but, Blizzard World, as you said, great positioning match. You could have your Brig up on high ground, but as well, I'm really wondering what these DPS are going to do, because we just got to see Ashe picked. So is there going to be an Ashe ban here?
And there might be, there's two very strong Ashes on either side that had their shining moments for either of them. But at the same time, Blizzard World, that's where you have your Widows. That's where you have your Winstons, your Annas, your Brigidas. Those are...
Exactly.
When it comes to bans, as they are moving on to the next ban phase for Blizzard World, it's going to be interesting to see what exactly is banned. I mean, Hazard is still open on the table for SCAD Beesports to ban if they want to continue the ban Hazard train. But
True.
Sojourn is now back, so she can now be a menace on second and third, especially on Blizzard World. So it's just interesting to see, what exactly. That's why I love the ban system and why we're implementing it now, is because it's gonna force a lot of different characters. I mean, it might even force different rosters. If you have a Widow specialist and you go to Circuit and they ban Widow, well, your Widow specialist can't play the game, so you get to have a whole different person come in and fill for them. It's gonna be a great, I love it. I personally am a big fan of the hero band. I was gonna say the Widow band, but could you imagine a full Widow band?
Yeah, I
For a
mean,
whole
that
season.
would have been crazy.
Oh my gosh, I'm talking too crazy. But looks like they're doing bans right now and deciding. But Blizzard World, what are our thoughts?
Well, as I said, Blizzard World is a dive variant matchup, but as well, looking at what the tanks have done that map one, right? It's been more on the favor of Mio here against, the JQ that was used up on SCAD. So I'm really wondering what SCAD is going to be able to ban here. Maybe it will be the Sojourn. Who knows? I don't know, but it might not be a bad choice. But no. Okay, so looking at it, SCAD Beesports back at it with the bans. Honestly, we could probably go another tank here for dive.
Yeah, we definitely could go another tank here. I mean, we still have, Diva still exists. I mean, I've seen Ball start to creep up a little bit specifically. So personally, I think as SCAD Beast, oh, this is the old. Okay, I'm fucking confused. Okay, sorry, this is the old the old bands. But
You're not the only one.
Being the loser of last match, they now have first pick on bans, and I have to say, it might be like a Ball, it might be a Tracer, it might be Sombra, just annoying kind of flanker characters that really benefit on the hide away spaces that Blizzard World does offer. I could we've locked in. We banned
okay.
Tracer. Ooh.
Okay. Now that means no pulse bombs, no blinks, no recalls. So Tracer is out of it, but now I'm wondering what the, next one's going to be, right? So, it could be basically anything as we get to see here with the hero selection, but could it be a support hero? Because I know teams like to ban stuff against each other, so I'm really interested to see if they can ban a support hero here.
And they could. I've seen in the OWCS, I've seen my wife, my homegirl, Miss Anna. I've seen her get banned. I've seen Juno 1000% could get banned here.
Brig as well.
Brig, if you hate yourself, yeah, you could also ban Brig and make everything a hell of a lot harder for yourself. You know what I've been seeing as of late that's been like a sleeper pick? Moira. Why?
That would be interesting.
She won't get banned, but I just want to talk about it. Moira, because Moira's a crazy ban to use, but Moira, kind of re-emerging a little bit. It's so interesting. Her fade is on the same, I believe it's in the same cooldown as Hazard jump. So Hazard jumps in on Moira. Moira uses 7 seconds, by the way. Moira fades away 7 seconds. Like she won't die the same way that your other backlines. No way. No way!
Wait, they banned my boy.
My king! My short king!
No! Oh, see, look. Now, Chad, I have to look at a ban that, you know...
I know you're sad.
Wait.
That's your character.
1.2k
like
hours, guys! 1.2k hours!
That's your boy! Oh, that's so sad. I actually never would have expected Lucio in 1,000 years. Especially
this is interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. You want to know why? Because also, as we look at the head-to-head real fast, you can see the preferred support backline pick. Oh, we just killed Val for a second. I'm sorry, Val. Val's also banned apparently. In all seriousness, Val's preferred hero is also Brigitte. You know, so to see a lack of an Ana ban, a lack of a Kiriko ban, a lack of a Brigitte ban, there's no target banning here, which is very interesting to think about. It's people thinking about, okay, what do I hate playing against on Blizzard World? Do I hate a wall riding Lucio that's gonna chill around statue the entire time on first? Is it the Tracer that's hiding around Nexus and being annoying in Tavern? Like, that's really the questions that they're asking themselves, and they're reflecting that in their band, which I think is also really cool. Richtofen! Oh, I'm telling! Oh, what's this? What's this? I'm telling. Yeah, get off that character.
They really thought there, you know? They thought that they had it, but no, it was spotted. But, you know, I'm gonna be a little surprised what Vengeful Platypus could do here. Obviously, Neo really shined up on that last map, but you're looking at SCAD Beesports, which needs a point here. And I'm kind of liking this composition. You're playing a Widow, you have Puppy up on Echo, but as well, Frosty Jack playing the Hazard. It should get a little aggressive.
Yo, Frosty Jack said, listen, we don't mind losing that first game because we didn't have Hazard. Now they have Hazard unlocked for the next up to rest of the 4 games needed, right? Shoto on the Widowmaker getting dinked a little bit by Firewall there. It gets recovered safely by their backline, by that passive healing. And look where Vengeful Platypus is playing. They're playing on the objective. They're playing super close together. Seeing the rare double flex support backline as well from Richtofen and Firewall, which I'm always a fan of the Baptiste and Kiriko working in 10 and 1 other. But Frosty Jack and Puppy, I think, are going to be the eyes to look at here. Surely we get this. Are going to be the eyes to look at here because Hazard and Echo together on Blizzard World. Yeah. That's also ban-worthy, but ooh, here comes the approach. Goes for the Sickies on the high ground. Coach Guns expended so early on. Gets that extra damage taken from the wall, and Saya pops off with the Juno.
Oh, okay, so Saya is just going crazy with the Juno pick here, but now you're looking at the aggression that, you know, Puppy and Frosty Jack are bringing here for SCAD Beesports Black. What? This is impressive. This is a great thing to have a great start up on this Blizzard World.
Oh, that stagger is not good. I mean, it's fine if Puppy died because you get the objective, but the stagger on Firewall, oh my gosh. Thankfully, they should get, like, next spawn and call it a day. Oh, we're burning. I understand now. Don't know what we're burning from. Oh, Shadowy, I see. Shadowy on the Asher can be combating against the Widowmaker, which I think is also very, very interesting to think about.
Yeah, obviously, you know, Widowmaker could obviously just hit a jump shot anytime or now or then, but Shadowy playing this Ashe could be a little bit critical thinking on the side of Vengeful Platypus because you got Dynamite against the Venom Mine, but Shadow could get a little dangerous, Mod, so I'm still waiting for a jump shot to happen, but Puppy as well with his duplication, that could be insane from SCAD Beesports if they could land a nice dupe.
Oh man, if they didn't land a dupe on like a Genji and they find like the fade in time, and Shadowy now Bob unavailable here, which is huge. The dive coming in against Reinhardt. Here's the duplicate on the Genji like I was talking about earlier. All they gotta do is build up that blade, but they're super low, going in against the tank of Mayo here, and finds the kill. Yeah, we lose a dupe, but we find the kill. They have no tank. Cart is pushing easily throughout Blizzard World. This is a whole different team now.
Yeah, for sure. Whole different team. I agree. SCAD Beesports Black approaching this does get the second, and you got 5 minutes and 20 seconds. That's a huge time bank to work with, but now you're looking at a team that has 3 ultimates against the Platypus, which are building up basically everything. So 3v5 looking a bit scary.
It really is, and that. Oh wait, huge wall from behind. It's a little bit of that also extra shadow, extra damage from the spikes of the wall too. Mayo is so low. Shadow does come through, but goes completely wide. Hits nothing. Here comes the downpour and the immortality. But unfortunately, it's just not gonna be enough for Richtofen to save the rest of the team here. Cart again cruising right along. Oh, this is looking crazy. Dive really is just what they need to be able to play.
Yeah, Frosty Jack reading Mio's Shattered there. Obviously, Mio couldn't get as much with it, but you have Vengeful Platypus coming back with 4 ultimates up in the bank. But Frosty Jack still putting up great aggression for the SCAD Beesports team to kind of control this.
While coming out first, going straight into the alleyway, forcing everyone to back up and hide away from the terror of the Omnic. Blade is also ready for level, so can we see that? That's what I really want to see. And you know, it looks like just with Bob kind of pushes everyone away. They have 4 minutes to work with, so it's okay. They can kind of, waste out Vengeful Platypus' ultimates here, and hopefully build up another duplicate, build up another downpour. Shuttle finds a pick on Firewall, but Frosty Jack, 2 overextended, gets charged in by Mayo once more.
Alright, so we have a BAP window that is used from the side of the Platypus that does go down, but you still got Firewall's ultimates of Kitsune Rush, which Platypus could just get back up into the sights of SCAD Beesports Black, but shot. I mean, this is massive. If you keep on letting a Widowmaker get picks like that, Mod, it's gonna get more dangerous.
Oh, this is massive. Sure, they burn dude. Big charge, and even better is the Dragon Blade coming in from level, but I think they have to back out almost immediately from the rally coming in from the route as a response. So it's also active for another 10 seconds here. Good mortality field, but it's not gonna be enough to save the day. Level 1, the only one left here, has to find a way to contest cards at 0.46 meters, and that's all she wrote. 3-0. 3 points on the board here so far. 3-minute time bank. I need to see these guys wake up.
Shottle Mod is just it's all up in the kill feed. Headshot, scope him. Yeah, Shottle has just been shooting shots out here, getting the 3 points. But yeah, SCAD Beesports Black looking a lot more impressive here up on this Blizzard World. They're working great with the bans here, I'd say. Puppy not playing the Tracer, obviously, but Puppy with the Echo looking good. Same with Shuttle up on the Widowmaker. Like, hey, if they want to play the same heroes, they got time to work with.
They're definitely really, really comfortable with the Hazard, with the Echo, both of which are so strong on Blizzard World. And you have the backline Bruno? I always do this. I always mix Brig and Juno's names together. You have the backline of the Brig and the Juno. Is it as strong now as when it was during Diva Meta? No, it really isn't. But it's still very strong, and arguably the only thing that can test it even a little bit is Kiri Lucio with the right tank. But this is what I was looking for from Vengeful Platypus. I was looking for the Brig and the Ana. I was looking for the Winston. Level 1, give me the one to battle it out against Shoto. And Shadowy, once again, kind of going to be the cleanup crew on the team.
Yeah, and with the Lucio ban, obviously they can't play that Lucio Kiri backline for a little more quick, type of composition of that dive with Mio playing the Winston. But it's going to be interesting to see what Mio could do here against that support backline. Obviously, Rig and Juno coming out from SCAD Beesports Black.
Ooh, gets a pick up, gets a little bit of a headshot there, goes to reposition very quickly on this high ground in the very, very, very back area of the objective. Fight happening around the statue, however. Frost Jack putting it big aim, putting a lot of pressure. Big anti-nade also coming through from Firewall. But however, we lost our Winston. And we also trade out for Juno. And honestly, I'll take a Winston for a Juno any day of the week if I'm SCAD Beesports Black.
Yeah, and, looking at how they have been playing, they are impressing the scene here of Blizzard World. But your shuttle, you're able to hit some shots off, and having that backspace for you is pretty nice.
And everyone's on the high ground too. Big anti-110 coming out, but
There
even
you go.
better is Shuttle getting another pick here onto level 1. I mean, the Widow factor is now pretty much non-existent against the threat of SCAD Beesports, so they can continue and kind of go in and clean up everything else. Beautifully done by Puppy here. Gets, of course, those sticky nades onto Firewall. Just dumped the Richtofen, left by their lonesome. Chadwi does find the pick onto other Val, however, in the back line. But it doesn't even matter. Richtofen finds a way to survive somehow and goes back to the team.
Yeah, and something that's, important to see here now for SCAD Beesports is how they have momentum building for themselves. They're running the same heroes, right? So they're working with it. They know what they could do, but with the sights, you're able to see everyone. And Vengeful Platypus, Shadowy is coming up with that blade, but as well, Firewall, if they could hit a nano blade here to get some momentum building for Vengeful Platypus here shortly, that could just be a fight win.
I need that Nano to be built up almost immediately, however. Shuttle going in for a devious angle, if you saw that, right? But thankfully, Sight's gone and Dusted, level 1 bucket their own sights as well here. Puppy, 96% to the duplicate, which has already been so... Oh my gosh. Someone saved the Richtofen. Not gonna be able to do it, unfortunately. No sleep dart on the Ana. We go for the duplicate on the Winston. Finds and singles out level LB1. And again, it is just another really clean team fight coming in, is what I would say. But Frosty Jack was completely unaccounted for in the entire time, and suddenly we're right back in the fray. Mail by themselves, but not for very long. Good defense once again. Puppy popping off with the Echo duplicate.
Yeah, wonderful defense. Puppy doing a great job playing that Echo, but here we go. Sights are popped from the side of Vengeful Platypus, and Neo does have an ultimate to work with, but you have Shadowy that doesn't have a Genji blade. So if I were Firewall, I'd nano your Genji here whenever you get a chance.
I would hope so. And there it is, but Firewall getting all the pressure put onto them. Good rally, even better sleep dart. Every CC in the game being put to Frosty Jack, but all they want to do is get out cooldowns, which they absolutely did. Now it's just up to forcing the Primal out of this Winston. Wasted all, less than a minute left in the objective before a full hold can come to fruition here. Still Primal happening, but Puppy finally gets taken down by Firewall, proving there is still a sniper on the board here for the side of Vengeful Platypus alongside level 1. Now again, we have now almost gotten a tick here. Fight still happening. Shadowy down for the count. Nothing to be gained here. No ultimates either lining up to the side of Vengeful Platypus. Whereas SCAD Beesports still has Saya's Juno ult coming through soon enough, right? All I gotta do is defend a little bit longer. Here's, of course, the ultimate I was talking about earlier. Here's the orbital ray coming through all over the objective, going right across all the force basically going onto them. Other Val whip shots them back into the objective, into the spawn room. We go for... Oh my god, 5 seconds. Wait, I didn't even notice there was no time. There's no time, they can't touch.
Alright, overtime ticking.
We're fighting for our lives in the back line here. Sai gets torpedoes onto our Genji, and is 1-1. SCAD Beesports finds a full hold after a devastating loss on control, and they bring it right back.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning there with the Widowmaker. But yeah, wonderful stuff from Shadow here playing the Widowmaker, but as well, Puppy up on the Echo. I feel like that DPS duo has been working pretty well throughout this Blizzard world, but the work and the passion that they have been putting up in is just fantastic.
Absolutely. I cannot believe that they actually brought it back completely. Control was looking a little bit rough, as we definitely saw, right? But at the same time, when they were able to play that dive, and they were able to have Hazard with them, when they were able to use Puppy's Echo to the fullest advantage, I mean, that was great. Banning the Lucio, banning the Tracer, yeah, that was really good, only because I believe Vengeful Platypus' Tracer was very talented at that character. So when you take it away from them, there's only so much you can really do to find a way to leverage that lack of advantage state that Vengeful Platypus had all on control for both those rounds. But SCAD Beesports bringing it back very nicely, I must say, wrapping it up a good 3-pointer onto Blizzard on their attack phase and then a full hold on defense.
Yeah, wonderful stuff here from SCAD Beesports. But you know what's going to be even more interesting is if they could surprise Vengeful Platypus here up in this next map. But, soon to come, right? Soon to come, But yeah, wonderful stuff from SCAD Beesports Black. I feel like they have been, pretty dominant throughout that last map. It really showed the improvement of that first. But if they put up in the work, if they look back at what they did wrong, they can improve.
Absolutely.
And that's always going to be exciting.
Yeah, but we're going to go to a very quick break for our teams, for ourselves, and for everyone around. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a very, very short break. And we're back after that very quick break here. As a reminder, we are 1-1 in the series. It is 1-3. It's starting to get spicy up in here. It's Ma'aneva, joined by the wonderful Nia, and by spicy, it's not just my room, because this room is hot. As you can see, the sweater's off. We are now chilling. Nia, we saw a very, very incredible game to come back from SCAD Beesports. Let's talk about it real fast.
Yeah, I mean, SCAD Beesports just really put the pressure up on the Vengeful Platypus. Obviously, the Widowmaker coming up in clutch, getting crucial picks to engage SCAD Beesports to just forward more position up on that Vengeful Platypus, but as well, Puppey working on that Echo, right? Nasty, nasty stickies coming out. I gotta say, if the DPS line keeps on working as they're working, it's gonna get a little, lopsided with the score line here. But hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully we could have a nice, fair game here. But yeah, Vengeful Platypus just needs to think another plan.
And that plan might have to happen on our third map, that being Colosseo, coming up on deck here. This is it's actually my truth is I actually love Colosseo. That's my real team, my real vibe. I love it just because I like the comps that are played on it. I like the comps that are usually you see Jungle Queen, you'll see definitely Hazard for a while as well. And again, we are having the ban phase once more happen. As a reminder, last time we saw a Lucio ban from the Vengeful Platypus, and we also saw a Tracer ban from, SCAD Beesports. So this basically means, as a reminder, the team itself cannot reban the same character, but that character is open to be banned by the opposing team. So Hazard can in fact be banned by SCAD Beesports, and so on and so forth. Personally, again, on Colosseo, because I've seen the Rhine so often from SCAD Beesports, if I was Vengeful Platypus, I would actually start banning things like the Reinhardt. I would start banning things like JQ. I would start taking away Brawl from them in every way, shape, or form. And if we're going over to DPS, I would see if we actually can get a Widow ban, because she's still pretty solid on Colosseo.
Oh,
they're targeting
that's not
Puppey.
surprising. That's not
They said Puppey
surprising.
popped off too hard.
Vengeful Platypus, this is a good decision. Now you're picking a ban for the, matchup here on Colosseo, which I gotta say, that's gonna hurt Puppey. After what we just saw from a phenomenal performance on that Blizzard World, seems to be we're not seeing any more stickies for that Colosseo. But now it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be sports. Gonna try and ban this one, but you were saying.
Yeah, it wasn't even just the stickies that are so impactful, besides, really good aim on those. It was just the duplicate targets that Puppey was so good at finding. The Genji we saw a duplicate on, just to finish off the Mayo on the tank. We also saw the duplicate onto Winston. So I agree with it, as unfortunate as it is for Puppey. For here, I'm not sure. It's between tank, it's between support. We already saw Lucio ban, which is very unfortunate. We might see, SCAD? They might
What if it's Kiri?
For a Kiri ban. They might go for a Juno ban. I think those two are the two highest priority targets to be banned today. And if we want to go over to the side of tanks, might see a JQ ban again, as a recall from Control and how that was played. There might be a Rhine ban, which could also work. I think Brawl in general can be banned here. Winston can also be banned here, although not too popular. Looks like we're... Yo, first of all...
Ryan.
First of all, my predictions have been crazy. I was off with Echo. They caught me by surprise on
the
Echo.
Lion?
But the Reinhardt? Damn, no more Reinhardt for me.
Yeah, it's kind of like my feeling of, losing Lucio up into this, but it's okay. But yeah, the bans here, Vengeful Platypus banning the Echo. Great choice, obviously, to, take that out as what we got to see from Blizzard World. But as well, SCAD Beesports Black banning the Reinhardt, which is not going to let Neo take on any more Reinhardt.
Yeah. No more Reinhardt coming up on deck here. Now, I actually do want to see Mayo on other characters. I want to see what the vibe is. And it can't just be Reinhardt. And looks like, as we see our head-to-heads, once again, I think there's no swaps here. Everyone else is back in the fray. Same people, I want to see Flattery on the Venture at some point. I think this map actually could work for them if he wanted to go to Venture. I think also having Shoto back on an Ashe or even on the Widowmaker would be beneficial as well for SCAD Beesports. I think there's a lot that can happen here. It just has to revolve around the fact that we are no longer going to have an Echo or Reinhardt available to our teams.
Yeah, and now, without that Brawl tank, I'm wondering if they're going to bring more of a dive composition heading up into this one. So maybe more Winston could be played, but looking at how Blizzard World went, it really didn't favor them at all, especially heading up into that DPS line. But looking at even, supports, right? Maybe same thing. It just really depends upon what these teams think is the correct choice. And the ramp, hey, it's set up on the team sheet. They're bringing it out. I love this choice.
Oh, excuse me, there actually was a swap. It was Mayo going over for Shadowy. Okay, and so Shadowy in on the tank role here rather than DPS, and now we also have Germaxis coming in, making an appearance for the Vengeful Platypus. SCAD Beesports, repping the same people as always. Frosty Jack not going over to the hazard once more, as with all the value, but now you have the full throttle of Puppey on that Tracer as well. Reaper coming in from Germaxis. Shadowy pummeling down Saya first and foremost. Flattery back onto the Symmetra, and this is the Vengeful Platypus I saw, I loved, and I enjoyed watching over on Control.
Yeah, not so much of last map Saya for you guys that are joining in, but yeah, SCAD Beesports Black are just going to try and find their way back up in this one, I'd say. But looking at what Vengeful Platypus has, right, they got that Reaper, they got the Sim, so I'm really wondering, maybe they're going to try and fake TP and kind of have a mindset work.
They might, but Shadowy kind of by themselves right now. He has to get out as fast as possible before the Nemesis form does go away. And so low, Frosty Jack going to be taking the risk and dropping straight down. Goes over, takes over the bot for SCAD Beesports. Somehow, Shadowy still lives. That's the power of Ramatro block, and that's kind of what we have on both ends here. We have two blocks that that both these tanks have that are so good at damage reduction. And Shadowy just pummeling down other Valve through that shield. Frosty Jack opts to back up Messiah. No worse for wear. Goes back to the spawn room, and Frosty Jack follows right behind her.
Yeah, this is very impressive from Vengeful Platypus to just keep on getting more picks after more. But now you're seeing the Lucio and Kiri come out from SCAD Beesports Black, which isn't that much surprising, I'd say. It's a good way to get back up into the fight. But here we go. Puppey needs to hit a nice pulse bomb to get SCAD Beesports Black back up into this one.
And they're going for the back line, goes, and it goes completely wide, hits the bot instead of anyone actually on the objective there, so it goes completely unseen. Shadowy has annihilation ready. It looks like they're giving a big drop down from SCAD Beesports from the bridge here. Puppey finds the first pick onto Germax. It's absolutely massive, as we're going to be not having the threat of a Reaper ultimate come through. Big coach gun. Flattery, I'm not sure, going to be able to find the shots needed to land on Shoto, but Shadowy does find their one before going down and regrouping the rest of the team.
Yeah, wonderful stuff here from, Shoto and Puppey here from SCAD Beesports. But now, Beesports have a lots of, time to work with. But it's going to be challenging climbing up that hill, especially when Shadowy has that ultimate ready to go. And Vengeful Platypus might just be vengeful here to come back.
Dynamite actually does just find a turret. It's gonna be shutting that down immediately. Vortex gonna be making sure Soto has to go around a different way, but still back in the side of Vengeful Platypus, going over to the objective, and Shadowy is just being unchecked here in the back line. Sayo can't even get out of there for free, neither can Frosty Jack. The two once more coming in tandem over to the side to the spawn room. Other Val has the Lucio speed on deck, but Shadowy coming in from the side like a horror villain, putting them all the way down.
Well, this is so smart too. Vengeful Platypus saving these ultimates, not using them just yet. And SCAD Beesports have ultimates to use, but if I were to say, SCAD Beesports needs to pop something.
Oh, they're suffering. Oh, they're suffering like Shadowy has. Popping it straight into the retreating line of SCAD Beesports. Shadowy takes a lot of names, and Germaxis now has, again, Reaper ult ready here. That's also the wall coming in from Flattery will just kind of negate any sort of oncoming damage from SCAD Beesports. Now they have 5 ultimates. I need to see this rush be used on this big lane.
Yeah, it needs to be important here. But yeah, as you said, huge CP. But let's see if Vengeful Platypus could just upset this even more. They've been dominant, but Frosty Jack with that hazard ultimate might come up in clutch.
Oh. We get out of there. Shadow using the Bob first and foremost. Ritofin goes over it, finds the rally for themselves. Maybe to out-sustain, but it's not going to happen, unfortunately. Shadow still finds the dynamite kills. Not one, not two, but three. Where is Shadow? Someone needs to go check and see where they are. Big, quick reset coming through. Much needed.
Shadow's just hitting shots.
Yeah, Shadow's just hitting shots.
Oh, yeah,
Unchecked.
it's nasty from Shadow here up in this map 3 Coliseum. But now what's it's gonna come down towards is if SCAD Beesports is able to get back up into this fight, they only have 2 support ultimates to work with against that scary Reaper ultimate up on the side of Vengeful Platypus, which if you are Dramaxis, you basically position that anywhere. Probably focus on the supports.
You want to focus on support, get the B out as well. If we can put a bit of pressure on the Lucio, that B would be so good. But if we just kill him, that's even better. Here comes that Death Blossom coming through from Dramaxis. Does find one, finds Frosty Jack. Shadow once more. Unchecked on this high ground, getting the headshots needed. I need Ritofin to lock in, get that shield up. And that dynamite is going to be burning onto Flatter Weevil, who is just down for the count. We can find just Ritofin, and suddenly will look like a much needed win one fight. Goes over to Vengeful Platypus so quickly from Shoto and Puppies working together so well.
Yeah, Puppy's been doing a great job here up on this Tracer, getting a pick after another, but they still gotta kind of watch out for this Vengeful Platypus team. They cannot get caught up in that Ramatra slow, because that could cause a little bit of a harm for their backline if that were the case. But SCAD Beesports have ultimates to use here upcoming, but they need to be aware that Shadowy is building up that one.
We have a Torb on the deck. I'm making sure everyone's aware of that. We have Torb up on deck here by Flatter Weevil, going crazy. Overdrive ready to 86%. I'm sorry, 86 health left for themselves. Good thing the support's there to help save the day. Big pulse on goes on the firewall. Flatter Weevil, however, the Torb might be the pick here. I mean, the Turb's gonna be negating any kind of die coming in from Puppy. Is gonna be really good, and honestly better to go Torb to kind of mix up your height because he's so short. So Shoto has to be really careful how they approach and how they shoot. I mean, it's a lot going on. So Flatter Weevil going to Torb, I don't hate it. I think it's low-key good pick.
So now, you know, a little bit of a switch up coming out from SCAD Beesports. Puppy's going to be playing the Genji here, so a little bit more deflex. But Shadow to pick up on the firewall. Now, if you're SCAD Beesports Black, you're able to get back up into this fight.
And now I gotta start backing up if you're vengeful. Oh my goodness. And Flatter Weevil actually pokes out Frosty Jack enough to get back to the team here with Dramaxis. Has to regroup around the objective, around where the last barricade is for the push bot. Now they're on the bridge. Downpour ready for Frosty Jack and the Bob.
So yeah, as you said, you know, Downpour ready to go. Shadow ready with that Bob as well. But that beat to sustain a huge ultimate coming possibly from Shadowy. But the Hazard ultimate is raining down.
Yeah, rains down. Doesn't mean find Dramaxis is able to TP out, but Sai gets the headshots needed to finish them off. Bot still being pushed easily. Here comes the Molten Core on the objective itself. And all you gotta do is just stay in there while we get a TP in from Saya. Here comes Annihilation from Shadowy. And usually that might be just enough to out-sustain to get the win fight. Rally there. Not a big fan of, but just enough to kind of distract Frosty Jack from the fact that the rest of the team is just dead around them.
You know, now I'm kind of wondering, did Vengeful Platypus kind of do a bad play there? They did re-engage with 3 of their ultimates, right? So now it's going to be a little bit of critique, you know, play set for the side of Vengeful Platypus because they only have Dramaxis' ultimate and Firewalls. But Firewalls, as we talked about it, fire is down, and Shadow's just able to get that one with the Bob.
Oh, Jack so low, but that 65% damage reduction is so good to negate any sort of possibility of death there early on the bot. Literally dropping down to 80 HP and getting right back up to 200, just enough to just out-sustain and let the rest of the team kill Vengeful Platypus. Now they're regrouping. They have Orbital, and they're gonna have that Blossom. If they can pick out other Val quickly enough like they did last time, that'd be really good for Dramaxis.
Now, you know, they do have the cleanse up on the side of SCAD Beesports, so to cleanse that Reaper Blossom would be insane. But Firewall going quick with the Juno, but Puppy as well with the Blade.
Oh! Yo, Frosty Jack, you set him up for failure! Oh my god! Frosty Jack's wall did come up on that bridge while Puppy was trying to dash towards the team from the bridge with the Dragon Blade. And I mean, the most unfortunate circumstances is that we got a hammer
the
kill.
Torp hammer.
The hammer kill. Unfortunately, Puppy just couldn't get the kills needed before being in the middle of the team of Vengeful Platypus.
Yeah, and here we go, right? Vengeful Platypus coming back up into this one. They're bringing a strong momentum. They still have Dramaxis's ultimates of Reaper Blossom, which is probably going to be focused here by SCAD Beesports Black. But Frosty Jack able to build up another Hazard ultimate. Oh.
That's two. That's one for one down. Support for tank, and we take those trades any day of the week if we are Vengeful Platypus. But someone has to heal up Dramaxis before anything else happens. Other Val, nice. Has to come back at some point. Goes for the mini pack in the room. Goes for the boop. Tries to go around the corner. Too distracted here. Valeribo not gonna be able to get the care needed away from Puppy, who gets to deflect off. And Blossom is still ready. We're backing up over to the coast side of things, getting Mega Pack and leaving to regroup in the middle of the Coliseo.
So here we go, overtime about to start, and here it is. It's ticking up on Coliseo. SCAD Beesports Black is aware of the situation of Dramaxis, hopefully, but Vengeful Platypus have 3 ultimates. SCAD Beesports Black as well.
I'm scared. They are gonna have Annihilation. They have Dragon Blade. Deflect almost immediately.
the
Puppy
shuttle.
solo. Get Shadowy. That's no Annihilation ready. Also, no turret either. They absolutely can just regroup and back out. They have time. They have space. They're gonna have the resources to do so as well. Oh my god, get out! Okay, they're out. They're out.
And the, focus from this SCAD Beesports Black team to, kind of maintain their momentum is actually huge. I'm liking what Frosty Jack is doing with the aggression, but you don't want to overextend too much, especially when Dramaxis can just pop one, little thing to upset a team fight. But here we go, Puppy and Other just trying to pull some more momentum for the side.
Oh no. Oh no. They used 3 there. Bob's still ready to be used on that objective if needed. Puppy gonna be taken out by Dramaxis very early on, and is this gonna be a sneaky? No, they got called out so early on. Continued rush also expected on the bridge here. 10 meters to go, less than even. Here's Annihilation, but Shadowy goes down so early. Here comes the Death Blossom. We get 2 for our efforts. Can we get 3? Can we get 4? And we do. We have done it from Vengeful Platypus in the nick of time. Oh my gosh.
That was so nasty. We got to see Molten Core there, and then Dramaxis is coming out of the quarter saying, hey, how you doing? Pops the Reaper Blossom, and there you go, 3 to them. But yeah, wonderful stuff here from the side, from both of the teams, as a matter of fact. I think they put up a fair fight up on both, but not able to hit those shots. It's pretty fantastic.
Yo, the taunt, the Rose taunt into double headshot is kind of slick.
Oh, yeah.
I can't lie.
We
That
love
was
that mythic
pretty
guy.
good. They almost brought it back. I don't know what I would have done if Vengeful Platypus like low-key sold. I was gonna be really upset because I was like, Dramaxis, please, you've been in this backline for like a good 30 meters now. You're about to lose the objective. Please, please, please. Annihilation got killed.
Yeah.
I was getting so worried. And then they clutched up, and I was like, okay, actually, never mind. You're better than me. You're a very player than me. How could I forget?
Yeah, like how we got in the sea there, the last couple seconds of that, before that fight even happened, Dramaxis, got kind of spotted there up into that, forward engage, which I'm kind of surprised that SCAD Beesports Black didn't, turn up onto them, but I'm not as too surprised because they needed to stay up on the plot. It was overtime. Now, let's say if they did have time, they could turn back and say, hey, hello, how you doing? But yeah, I feel like Vengeful Platypus, they're doing a great job here, but as well, SCAD Beesports Black putting up a great fight against this team. It's North America, guys. This is a great scene for anyone that is watching.
Oh, for sure. And of course, we are going over to our 4th map. That's gonna be Newt Junk City. Again, fixed map pool, so fun stuff. And as a reminder, we're going through the ban stages once more. We have banned so many characters. The Reinhardt actually wasn't. The Reinhardt was banned earlier. We also saw we saw Soj get banned. We saw Haz get banned. We guys saw things get banned on New Junk City. What can we possibly see as potentials for being banned on either side here? Because my personal idea is maybe Junker Queen, because we did see that be run by SCAD Beesports a little bit earlier today. They might even ban Ram if necessary as well. But I think Brawl they're gonna lean towards banning important characters in the Brawl archetype.
Yeah, and talking about that, brawl scene, I kind of feel, that little urge that SCAD Beesports wants to do here against this Vengeful Platypus team, and maybe they will ban that Ram pick. Looking at how Vengeful Platypus likes to play, that's their team comp style with that hero selected. So if they could take that out of the scene, that could probably change up the game.
Absolutely, I completely agree here. I don't know. New York City is one of those maps that I do actually like a little more in Servasa. I know I'm like the wrong opinion probably currently, but
I
I
do
like
too.
it just because, right? Like I just like it more. I feel like it's easier to follow. I feel like it's a little more straightforward. The maps are a little bit different in each one. Where Servasa feels very samey. So once
I
again,
gotta see my crocodiles,
yeah.
I gotta see the crocs.
Yeah, like you get it. You get me. I get you, you get me. SCAD Beesports, they are in the middle of their banning phase. And once again, I'm gonna bust out the good old pen here. Big important heroes that I think are worthy in kind of being banned on on New Junk City specifically are Juno for support. I would argue there could be another Tracer ban, not from Scab, but from Platypus, and
Yeah.
there must be the talks of a Genji ban as well. And for tanks, I really do think that Queen might be in the running there. So we'll see quickly here as we now lock in our ban for SCAD Beesports. They look like they're gonna be banning Reaper. Oh, interesting,
Okay.
but not surprised.
Now I'm kind of thinking, right? Maybe that was a trick
What are you
play
thinking?
from the opposing team,
Okay.
right? So maybe with this ban, this could not be so smart, but I'm liking it. It's gonna stop the aggression from a Blossom just happening out of nowhere, like how we got in the sea, but it's a nice ban, I would probably say. It's a good choice.
Yeah, I don't hate it per se. It did kind of come out of left field because Max only played for that one map. Like, there's not to say that
Yeah, one map.
Levi also doesn't play. Who I was actually saying level 1 earlier. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. Levi could also play, for example, right? And we don't know that. We only know Max was really good on that Reaper. So for SCAD to ban Reaper, very interesting. Yeah, in that case, what could Platypus ban here? They have the option either a tank or support. I still think that support might be pretty high up there in terms of bans. Again, Juno, I think,
Yeah.
is my #1 culprit personally to be banned. If not Queen, if not Reinhardt again, just in case Nail's coming right back.
Yeah, so, maybe I'm kind of thinking here. I do see the Juno coming up in the play here, so if they were to ban that, that would be a fantastic choice, like how you said, but we did get to see a Kiri come out, so I'm wondering if Kiriko is also going to be banned.
Okay, that's 2 of our guesses. I love this. I love the Lucas you're playing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. It's really difficult. One, you gotta keep track of who banned who earlier, so you can't just repeat. But you also, like, I think the next ban is gonna be support. That's generally my next idea.
Has to be
1 second.
100%, maybe.
Boom, who is it?
We could be totally wrong.
Oh,
we were totally wrong. Oh
Queen!
no!
It was Queen. Oh my goodness, my Queen. No, they banned Queen. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Ban Queen on New Junk City. She's very good there.
Yeah.
Works. The whole map was made for her.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, you got Junker up in the name, right? So obviously, this is a great choice to take out for that ban, of course. So, yeah, without the JQ, you're not going to worry about what happened up on that map 1. But of course, now it's now up in the hands of SCAD to kind of fight their way back up into this one without the JQ, which that should be extremely interesting because now that's going to force them to play a different hero.
I'm just saying, the only support that was banned was Lucio. #nudising. I'm nudising things. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It's the only one banned.
You know,
Nerf
it's
no
probably
kidding.
because I'm up on cast, you know?
Yeah,
Who knows?
it's because you're here. You know,
There-
but to be fair, if they go map 4 or I'm sorry, map 5 and they ban Ano, that's definitely my problem. Like they're targeting us at this
Yeah.
point. Screw targeting players, they're targeting the casters. I can't believe it.
So true.
Here's the heads once again. I'm gonna see if there's any. Okay, looks like as we go over to the head-to-heads, once more, JQ ban, Reaper ban, Boom Bam Bop is beautiful, right? We are gonna be seeing Germax's re-enter the scene here, and I
Not a bad
believe
choice.
Shadowy staying in the tank role as well.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be interesting. Frosty Jack Bestie, no queen for you. I'm sorry, they don't love you like I do. It's okay. Now that we persevere another day with JQ.
Hey, you know, at least Frosty Jack's able to play something different and kind of have a new feel for a new hero. But now it's going to come down to, you know, which team's going to be better here. And SCAD needs to be the one because Vengeful is up on match points, which heading up into a match point scene, that could get a little nervous for the underlying team that needs a point here. So hopefully SCAD can get that point and equal up that series.
In this series, and we gotta talk about it real fast. This series has been so interesting because game 1, map 1, control, completely favored for one side. Map 2,
Yeah,
favored
like
for the other side. Push, toe to toe, even overtime, less than like 5 meters of difference apart from one another. So
Yeah.
it's just like anything could happen on New Junk City. NA host, by the way, it happens. But we'll get back in the game soon enough. But when it comes to this map 4, this match point, excuse me. English is backwards for me, and
Oh, yeah.
it really could go either way. If the right momentum snowballs in favor for SCAD Beesports, we're gonna get a game 5. If Vengeful Platypus finds their footing again with Frosty Jack on the hazard, I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm confusing things. If Vengeful Platypus finds their footing despite not having Queen in that back pocket, that's going to be really good for them to secure the victory on New Junk City. SCAD Beesports is going to have the hazard open to them, which they've been more than comfortable playing as of late. So I can't tell you how it's going to go. Like, Neva an hour ago, I would have been told you it would have been 3-0 in favor of Platypus from how they played control. But now it's I don't know.
The 2-0, it looked very, very dominant. You know, how you're, you know, quoting, but it's surprising. Now you're seeing 2 North America teams facing it off up in a map 4 situation, which this could be the last map. Who knows? Not trying to cast curses, but SCAD Beesports Black, I feel like they could definitely get back up into the scene, and here we go. We're getting to look at these team comps. Frosty Jack back up on that hazard composition, but as well, Vengeful Platypus, Shadowy going to Orisa.
Interesting. Rotations coming through here. We have Flattery Bros sticking onto the Symmetra, actually going for a big teleportation so they can get there faster. But looks like they got there about the same time here. Frosty Jack against the Orisa of Shadowy. That's a matchup that is very interesting. 2 titans of tanks coming and duking it out on the battlefield here. Big wall should be coming in from Dramaxis, trying to find a way to wall off Frosty Jack, and it works. But that jump up does help out, and not before getting a pick. Before getting out and getting healed up by the rest of the team. We've lost the Flutter Revolt was the option. We're going to be pressing in as we get a Torb swap here from Flatter.
Yeah, and here we go. You know, Vengeful Platypus just trying to find a position up on this team, but a Maywall coming out from Puppy, just trying to put more pressure up on the Shadowy, and Puppy's able to get it.
Yo, I just realized we had double wall comp going in for SCAD Beesports. They can break the Maywall middle pillar, and it won't matter because Hazard Wall can just fill it in. That... I never thought about that. That's horrible. Oh my goodness. Fireball gets a pick, however, on Shoto. That's huge. Sojourn back on the map here. I'm glad to see Shoto actually playing the character as it has been banned or just not applicable in most comps. So I want to see what they can do with the angles they can hold on the character. Very excited to see that. But 50% already gone and does it on the objective. The turret is unfortunately a victim of the circumstances as we are seeing a big rotation over to the right, around the right side, which Frosty Jack puts a complete stop to with that hazard wall.
Alright, so this is a little interesting. SCAD Beesports is building up these ults, but with a pick like that, as Akiri getting Dramaxis, this is pretty good for the SCAD Beesports side.
Yeah, and then they find a lot of people kind of lacking around by themselves, not grouped up with the team. Vengeful Platypus not looking the best on this first objective, but there's up to 5 to play, so it's not the worst in the world. And this one, arguably, I would say works the best for Hazard because of how enclosed it is. So we go next.
Yeah.
We have 5 ults ready for SCAD Beesports. And Vengeful Platypus are going to be coming up on that Orbital and that Terra Surge soon enough. Or they have it, excuse me. They're coming up on that Rally soon enough.
Yeah, and something that I'm like really excited for is a little bit of a speed in Terra Surge that might just happen, you know, from kind of one of these sides here. But it's going to come down to that communication from both, right? You got Firewall that has a massive ultimate, but as well, you have an ultimate up on the other side of things that can sustain, and Puppy!
That's huge. And then we go for the downpour. Everyone and their mothers in it. Flatter Vivo does find that headshots needed to take care of Frosty Jack at the same time. But Puppy, the aim has been incredible here on the Mei. Very, very, very talented. His flex support. Flex support. You heard me? That's my role. Flex the DPS here, playing that character.
Yeah, Puppy's just doing a fantastic job in SCAD Beesports, still with 4 ultimates ready to go with their ult economy. But your Vengeful Platypus, you need to find something here, probably immediately here, I'd say, because you got ultimates to use. But it's going to be interesting. We've seen this forward engage, but Blizzard coming out.
Yo, yeah, they waited for the spin from
good.
Shadowy to be expended there, and then we're able to throw the Mei Blizzard with little to no fear. Wow, very nicely done team fight. Very good job from SCAD Beesports to, you know, to snatch those cooldowns from Shadowy to allow that win to happen. 65% ready here. This might be last fight territory for Vengeful.
Yeah, and now it's looking a little scary. Obviously, Vengeful Platypus has been a little, you know, slightly declined here up in these, you know, forward engagements. But if you are Shadowy, you need to do something aggressive for your team. But the Mei wall coming out, but as well, Shadowy with the... Oh, you might see something.
We do see the Terror Surge come through. Dramax just finds the pick on Saya. She was so low. Very easy to find it. And Ritofin also getting a pick on Puppy. We trade off a lot of value given to Vengeful Platypus. We're going over to the swapping over to the Bastion now from Flatter Weevil off the Torbjorn. Overtime activated, 99 to 0%. But finally, a W in the book of Vengeful Platypus. Now that they face the wrath of a beat and overclock on SCAD Beesports return.
If I'm being honest, Mott, you know, looking at Vengeful Platypus here with that pick of Flatter going up onto this Bastion, I don't see it being a good choice because all Puppy needs to do is just wall off the Bastion and that declines sights.
No walls coming in here. Might be a triple wall in a second from Frosty Jag. Puppy putting all the hurt onto Shadowy. Huge pick there. Flatter Weevil staying onto the Bastion for sure. Wheels already expended. Blizzard can be used to negate this advantage state that we're seeing from SCAD Beesports. Shadow finds the overclock on 1 and 2 people. That should be an easy retake and a possible completion of this second objective.
Yeah, 2 kills up in the kill feed here, but SCAD Beesports able to get 2 over 0 here. They've been doing a pretty nice dominant scene throughout this one, but now it's going to come down to how Vengeful Platypus can get back up into this scene. They do have ultimates, but have we seen so much out of them? It's a little 50-50.
Oh, downpour comes through, does find the newly picked Mauga. Oh, that's an interaction I didn't think would happen. But I understand it now. Big, easy team fight win for SCAD Beesports. Is it going to be a 3-0? Is this going to be a reversal of what happened on Control? This is insane. Absolutely insane.
Honestly, you know, maybe SCAD Beesports has, you know, that mindset of, you know, that map 1, and they want to kind of prove something for, you know, as Vengeful Platypus fans. But yeah, SCAD Beesports are doing a great job. They are reading the scene whenever it comes up into a fight. But talking about this ult economy up on the side of Vengeful, they have 3 ultimates to use. We haven't gone the scene much throughout this one so far. They need to do something.
I need to see this Juno ult come through after this wall goes down. Beautiful stuff. Another wall comes through again. So many walls, but here is the Blizzard. Big stun, but the cryo still comes out. That's crazy. The wall does save Frosty Jack for a second there. Puppy's so low, doesn't have cryo either. But we look at someone look at Puppy, please. So it does get the diff off on Flatter Weevil. Here's a continued rush coming from Saya just to help sustain her team a little bit longer against his Malga coming in from Shadowy. So close again to kills. Does find out Saya trades it off for Dr. Richtofen, the Brigida. Big cryo happening, but it's not on the objective, so there's no stall. It's just a stagger. That's not what we need from Vengeful Platypus.
Oh, and you know, looking at that percentage, it's getting closer and closer to that 100. Is Vengeful Platypus able to get something done here? Firewall with the ultimate. It's gonna come close, but Shadowy able to get Frosty Jack here, but it's not nothing too favorable.
It's not looking good for our heroes. It's a 2v2. Here's a cage fight.
Oh.
Wait, that might be we need 13 HP, and we don't get that kill.
Wait, he hurt.
Oh
They
my
heard me.
gosh.
They heard me. They
Oh,
heard me.
overhealth.
They
The
heard me.
critical hit overhealth clutched the day for Shadowy.
Yeah, they were like, you know, Naya said something up on cast. We heard that Shadowy just clutched up there. That was fantastic stuff from the side of Platypus. That's something that they have been needing throughout this one here. And looking at the scoreline, it's 0-2. You're facing a team that's up on, you know, map point here. If you pull one mistake, it could go down the drain for you.
And it might with Puppy and Frosty Jack both having their respective ults here. Here's Downpour, does come through. I think both ults find nobody. Oh my goodness. The switch step, the last second switch step from Firewall was absolutely massive to negate Puppy's ultimate. Frosty Jack also not able to find the Downpour. Two complete wasted ultimates, and now Shadowy just leads and takes in the advantage state. Malga too big to fit that wall, but it's A-okay. Can we chase down these supports? We chase down Saya. Can we get this Lucio player, live out, narrowly escaping by the skin of their teeth?
Yeah, and now you have Vengeful Platypus now up 1 here against that 2, but if you're Vengeful Platypus, you have that Sojourn ultimate coming up. Firewall will soon to be having that Kitsune rush, but something that's going to be interesting is how they play with this cage fight and how we gotten to see that, you know, cage fight engage from Shadowy to just get the point there. That was fantastic, and maybe that's something that we'll be able to see here.
Oh, they're set up. SCAD Beesports is ready. The wall's been expanded already. We have Overclock as well online for Flatter Weevil. So I'm expecting to see a lot of good hits here. Unfortunately, Shadowy has to back up so early on, but here's a wall off. Can we go and pressure in on this hazard before the overclock has come through from Flatter Weevil? Gets a pick, that being Other Vow. No beat can be ready to be expended there. I will take it any day of the week. Frosty Jet does find their one on Flatter Weevil. Shadowy is so low, has to rely mostly on that overhealth from the fire damage from the guns, may I say. Running right in, Suzu expended. Here comes the continued rush as well. And the last minute beat from Dr. Richtofen might be enough to sustain and make it and win out the fight against Frosty Jack. It's just up to Shadowy to find the rest of the kills. To rush Shoto once more, showcasing that finesse with the Sojourn.
Yeah, and this is the team of SCAD that we want to see here up on this map. Even this point, they have been pretty dominant throughout it, I'd say, against the team Platypus, which Shadowy has this cage fight, which they got to be kind of aware as, you know, looking at the last fight that happened up on the last points, it was a little lopsided where Shadowy and their team had the point to themselves. So hopefully that doesn't happen here again.
Ooh, good wall off coming in from Puppy. Negates the approach from Shadow, but here is a
Cage fight in
cage
with the
fight.
Blizz?
It's gonna be negated by the Blizzard from Puppy, who's breezing and hugging that corner to negate to not die early on. They instead break the cage instead. Here comes the downpour. It does get Dermax's caught off guard, and can anyone touch? We have one toucher on the objective. A correct overdrive being expended onto Puppy, who just can't find the kill needed on Shadowy. Has to use the icicle. Now we're leaving and running away as you see the overclock coming through from Shoto. Suddenly, it is a W for SCAD Beesports, may I say. Good wall off, and we're going to a game 5 tonight.
Hey, you know, this is the first scene of North American Overwatch for the season of CGL. I'm not too surprised. I feel like both of these teams wanted to be here. So, map 5 we're heading towards, but looking at what Puppy has done and Shoto up on the side of SCAD Beesports, it's been very, very impressive.
I have to agree. Every single time Shoto had that overclock, every single time we had the Blizzard ready for either side of them, it was pretty game changing, and they were used in very smart ways. One to negate ultimates, one was to just to stall up point, make space, click heads. There was a goal with every single one of them, and they executed it perfectly. There was a slight hiccup on that like third objective, and that's a-okay.
Yeah.
They brought it back on fourth, and now we're going to a game 5. But we're going to a very quick break before all of that, so don't go anywhere as we get our teams locked and loaded and crown the winner of this first round.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Memories.
Welcome back, everybody. The game 5, none of us expected, but we're all happy to see between Vengeful Platypus and SCAD Beesports. I am more than excited to cover the last game in our series, and a little bit bittersweet because both these teams have been so good, and then now it's starting to come
Yeah.
to an end.
Yeah, like we got to see like such a great dominant performance from Vengeful Platypus up on that map 1, but it flipped. Whenever we went to Blizzard World, for example, that was a dominant showing up on SCAD Beesports, but as well, it's a little bit of back and forth. They're playing that Uno reverse game where, we just go back to another. But yeah, I feel like both of the teams have been doing a pretty fantastic job, up on this day 1 here of this North American scene for themselves, but as well, even the fan base, rooting them on up in chat. That's always a great thing.
Absolutely. And let's go over to our map 5. It is gonna be Rialto finishing things out. Rialto, a little bit of a weird map to kind of scrim on. It's a little bit more rare in map pools, but still has a lot of its benefits as it's a long-sided map. You can kind of play dive here, you can kind of play brawl here. Love it. A lot of people
I love this
do
map.
like to play I was gonna say cope. Poke. They did play poke here as well, so you might see the rare appearance of a Sigma come back. Even Ram can come back as a semi-poke brawl tank. We can also see Ball having a reappearance on Rialto, at least on the tank side of things. If we don't, in fact, ban Hazard at some point, which unfortunately, I have some bad news for Vengeful Platypus. They banned Hazard all the way back in that map 1. And Beesports has been more than apparent in showing how talented and how well-versed they are in the Haz composition for themselves. So with Vengeful Platypus, I'm kind of quaking my boots a little bit. Like, what could we ban that would render Hazard that would make Hazard struggle without directly banning Hazard?
I'm still thinking of support, honestly.
I'm just saying, Lucio's the only one that got banned. I'm just saying, I'm noticing.
Yeah.
Vengeful Platypus, they do not like the Lucio player. They do not like Lucios.
I mean, this is like my Lucio map.
This is like the Lucio map. You know what's been like coming up as well on Rialto? Especially, I've been seeing it more and more in scrims and things like that. In like the Diamond Master kind of division. I've been seeing a lot of Zenyatta Ball be played here. Ana still pretty strong, pretty strong.
I can see that.
Yeah, Sigma also still a character, but looks like that's a really good pick here. The Widowmaker gonna be shutting things down, and honestly, saving the Widowmaker for this map as well. I mean, we saw what happened in Blizzard World when I believe Shodel was on Widowmaker. It was scary. It was horrifying, actually. I was scared. I wasn't even playing the game. So good ban coming in. Now SCAD Beesports having to think about their own response to that for being targeted by the Widow ban.
Hey, we still got a Genji up in play. A Genji could possibly, get some nasty deflects. But, looking at the ban here now, it's going to be interesting. SCAD Beesports is in a situation where they won last map. They showed a great performance, but now if they ban a tank, that's going to force even more pressure for this Vengeful Platypus team.
I agree. It's hard. We'll see in the next 10 seconds. I do think that there might be some merit in banning Orisa. We did see her, even Malga. Like the Malga was starting to really make a reappearance, and starting to set the stage back in favor for Platypus. So looks like Winton. Winston has been banned. I don't hate it. In fact,
No
actually,
more,
we
no
don't
more
have to hate it.
potassium.
Yeah, no more bananas or peanuts. How unfortunate. We're all gonna starve out here without Winston around. But as a reminder, Widowmaker has been banned. Winston has been banned. Here, of course, are the head-to-heads. We're gonna be seeing another substitution come through. We're seeing the return of the mighty Mayo coming back alongside Levi and Shadowy shifting
That should
from
be
the tank
interesting.
role, going back to the DPS role. And on the side of Beesports Black, they're keeping their same 5 roster. It is going to be a fun time. I'm saying if Mayo's back in, it sounds like to me we might be playing a Brawl, which sounds like to me we're playing Reinhardt. Thoughts?
Yeah. But I'm kind of feeling maybe. Well, you know what? Honestly, yeah, I can see that. This is a good map for it, of course. But even as well, like, oh, right, here we go. I mean, I kind of already see something though. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Okay, so Vengeful Platypus actually playing the poke here, which I like this composition, I would say. It's great for defense, but even this, support line, you got BAP, but you as well have Briggs, so it's going to come down to how you position. But SCAD Beesports, they have an Ana, so all it takes is an anti, and if you're not playing up in the field of where the BAP is, it could get a little slim for your health.
But it's also positioning that said Ana onto the right angles to hit those nades, because trying to hit
True.
a nade from the bottom towards a top high ground, that's really hard. Which is where Vengeful Platypus have opted to kind of stay in. Mayo going over to the Sigma, I'm a big fan of course, taking over of this high ground. Frosty Jack gonna have to expend a lot of resources to honestly attack in this high area. And we have Puppy back on the Echo. So the game-winning competition that won them Blizzard World is back. But not for long on
Shadowy.
Rialto. The rock was massive. But Puppy finds Shadowy in the fray, in the confusion of it all. They're down their tank, however. So looking like Beesports Black is going to have to wait for both Frosty and other Val herself as well to come back to the fight and recontest. But Puppy's waiting patiently for the go-to.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what Levi's gonna do here against Puppy, which, Puppy is just able to fly around everywhere for this SCAD Beesports team. But, Vengeful Platypus, I liked where they were positioning, so if they can control this high ground even more with the Sigma, this could turn the fight.
This could, but Mail going a little bit low there, having to be helped out by a lot of people on the Baptiste. Now they're backing a little bit around the statue area towards the first corner, right at the end of objective A here, right? We'll be playing around the mini pack. The shield also going to be really important to kind of shut down Puppy and Shoto respectively. There's a wall from behind. We go for the rock. We do find the rock. Dynamite does start some burning happening on the front line for Vengeful Platypus as they're being pushed further and further back against this objective. Puppy's so low, just needs one hit from Shadowy, and they find it! That's absolutely massive. But Shadowy's so low, gets dynamited by Shoto. Not once, but two people are down.
Yeah, now this is a little, devastating for this Vengeful Platypus team, but Levi able to get a pick up on the under is pretty good, I'd probably say.
3 meters left to take it over to that first objective and regain a minute and a half. Levi down by these stickies. Nano now defended onto Frosty Jack. The rock might be enough, but the damage reduction from the block is even better. Downpour also ready to be utilized in the next fight. Big anti-nade again from Saya. There we go. 4 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock here for a second.
Yeah, the rock is not cooking up on the side of Vengeful Platypus, unfortunately, but they do have these ultimates to kind of get back up into this one. They do as well up on the side of SCAD Beesports Black. They got a couple ultimates as well, so it's going to come down to who pops these ultimates first. Probably predicting these tanks.
Keeping other on the objective, we're going to be seeing both supporters kind of pushing around this bend here. A little bit of an awkward bend, so to negate that area altogether is even better. Bob has been extended by Shoto here early on as well. Oh, huge duplicate from Puppy. Even better is the kinetic grasp of Mayo to make sure that they don't die to the duplicated cast here. But the car is still moving casually, barely anyone contesting until right now. Puppy right behind. Mama, Echo behind you. Nuh-uh. Oh, call an ambulance! Call an ambulance!
Shadowy.
But not for
Oh.
me! Oh my god! Shadowy popping off with the Cassidy pick.
Oh yeah, Shadowy is just, Shadowy is Shadowy. Always, lurking up in the shadows is with the name. But Vengeful Platypus looking pretty good after that fight. They're able to hold this high ground still, and now this pushes back SCAD once more. So Frosty Jack does have this ultimate. This rain could possibly rain anytime soon, but other as well with the sustain. This is going to be interesting.
No downpours if anyone actually does, but the immortality field does kind of save the day from Flatter Weevil. They take it down, Mayo super low, but kinetic grass helps them stay alive a little bit longer, but not for too long, unfortunately. The extra damage coming in from those spikes from the block are too good, not once but twice. Good cleanup again from SCAD Beesports as they're running through Rialto with relative ease here. Can they find a pick on a Frosty Jack? That'd be great, and Levi absolutely does it. Give me the one to touch, give me the one to send a post bomb, but finds nobody.
Yeah, and now it's coming down to a situation of where Vengeful Platypus needs to play smart up on this defense, but Shadowy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, wait. A cast play. This is reminding me of old OWL. Dallas Fuel fans? NYXE?
Wait, Shadowy might be go. Like, 4K right there. I mean, unfortunately, it was right as Akari did cap the point. They have 3.5, give or take, minutes left to push it all the way to third here. Kinetic Flux also, I'm sorry, Graphitic Flux, excuse me, ready to be defended as well. Rock does narrowly whiff. Here comes the
Flux
Kinetic, the Graphitic Flux. Does find a lot, finds Frosty Jack to beat. The Sound Barrier not going to be even enough to help sustain through that health reduction that it does take from you upon release and then upon the slam. Really well done, Shuddy once again getting other back to the spawn room, and SCAD has to now retreat for one of the very first times in Rialto so far.
Yeah, but great choice though either way for Vengeful Platypus to control this more space for themselves. They do have this rally, which that could be a little, aggressive side of things for that push engage for them, but Shadowy as well, still with their ultimate, that could pop anytime soon.
Oh, the wall actually did not help those Stickies land the target, forcing the duplicate ad land happen early. Big rock coming through to negate the Deadeye from Shadowy, and Levi finds Shoto in the fray. Puppy still in the duplicate for now, so close to that Flux, and there it is, popping it almost immediately onto the supports, that being Flatter Weevil. But the duplicate does end up running out, gets shut down, and we live to see Flatter Weevil live another day.
So here we go, both of the teams showing great aggression up on both sides, but more up on the side of Vengeful Platypus. They're doing a great job up in the critical moments, which they need to, right? You're defending, you want to stop this payload as much as possible, but SCAD going quick here.
Ooh, Bob used, and so is the window at the same time, and Conundrum with it. Levi finds Shoto, but it's a lot more red in that kill feed than I'm expecting here. SCAD Beesports runs right through a Puppy, almost, a Puppy's just not being targeted enough. We must get rid of Puppy. Puppy is popping off on the Echo as always. Shadowy now going over to the Sojourn here, maybe to see if there can be a difference, especially as the cards might be touched each other in 3 meters. Help! Shadow, get your picks here, please. Downpour ready as well. Could just end at any point. Here it is. Sights, not sights, excuse me. Hands already used. Frosty Jack finds Rick Richthofen. Mayo's gone. It's just my bad. It's just my Sojourn who gets just one other vow. She has been negated from the fight, but Frosty Jack somehow perseveres at the end of the day.
This is good. Yeah, Frosty just really showing that sheer cold moment, coming out with a hazard gameplay here up on Rialto, of course. They're doing a great job here, I'd say, working with that 55 seconds as they cap 3. But now you're looking at a Vengeful Platypus team that needs to come back up in this situation. They were doing a good job up on defense. They had their defensive moments, but having SCAD Beesports cap that, it's a little, nerve-wracking now for them. They gotta cap 3, and if they don't cap 3, the win does unfortunately go to SCAD.
Yeah. If they don't cap it and they don't bring it over to overtime position, and at the very least, SCAD did make it with less than a minute. So I believe regardless of how much time Vengeful does get, they will always get a minute back, even if it goes all the way to overtime, which is really clutch. So they have a goal to look forward to. There actually is a situation where
Wait.
it's not gonna have to be drawable, which is absolutely massive. What's up?
Okay, wait. Okay, look, I'm seeing a Lucio. Are they gonna do what I usually do up in my conf games, where they try and look for a boop up on the bridge? Can we see it?
I doubt it. It's a
I
little
would
bit too
love
risky
to.
at this high level of play, in this division, and honestly, it's not gonna hit Mayo because the passive
yeah.
is just so bad. But we are seeing
Defenses
Puppy
are up.
being able to sneaky on the other side of the bridge there. That may also being used by Shadowy, who's now swapped over to the Ashe. And it's an Ashe versus Ashe battle. Ooh, this is what I love to see between two DPS players.
Oh, okay, so they're trying to get some shots out for the SCAD Beesports opposition, but as well, Vengeful Platypus need to be aggressive here, but other gonna put some high aggression play up on that Lucio, I'd say.
And Sky's playing really really aggressive as well. Other Val almost in a bad spot there by getting stuck on the pillar and being a victim of Shadowy sidelines for a second. But really good stuff. Here comes the dive coming in as well. I'm sorry, not the dive. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Project having to come back to get some care, but Shadowy finds Dynamite on other Val. Shadow makes sure that that's not going to be given for free. Gets to pick back. 1 for 1 so far. No ultimates really to talk about too much besides the upcoming continued rush from Saya, who she's definitely going to be able to get it in this next engagement.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting to look at. Will Celia be able to pop a good Kitsune rush up in this upcoming fight? SCAD Beesports gotta try and stop this Vengeful Platypus team as much as possible, but Shadowy able to get that forward momentum and even more, but Puppy.
Oh, wow. Very massive plays from Puppy. I mean, it looked really good for Vengeful Platypus for a second. Then Puppy, came in, got a couple picks here, and then thankfully, Vengeful Platypus, despite being down, were able to clutch it right back up and secure this card with a 5-minute time bank.
More of a rose wave there for us up on cast, but okay, here we go. So SCAD Beesports, they're coming up on these ultimates. As we said, that Kitsune rush is going to be here very, very shortly to use, and if I were to say anything about SCAD, just eliminate more of their time with that Kitsune rush.
I will go start pushing around that bend before the card gets there. Use the rush down that really nice lane and push everyone straight back. But I don't think they can. Look at how much space that Vengeful Platypus is taking up. With the Sigma, it's even harder. Now the card's in a really favorable spot for Vengeful Platypus. They can pretty much take the time however long they need because they have 4 minutes to go. Just to use their ults and really just waste time, and that's still Bob's coming through. Here comes the Flux.
Oh, so
Mayo
close!
Trying to get the mini pack, and we find it while punishing the overextension of Frosty Jack. The Bob's duel has been done, and Shoto comes out on top slightly, while also finding the pulse bomb from the duplicated Puppy onto Flatter Weevil. This might be the opportunity to get a recontest here, maybe even a fight win with 4 versus 3 here, until Levi somehow, someway takes care of Puppy. But here comes Frosty Jack coming right back to the fray as if nothing ever happened. Rejuvenate, ready to fight, making sure Levi has a backup once more. Pulse on ready for themselves as well.
And something that's going to be interesting to see here is where that Pulse Bomb lands. If it's up on a support, that's going to be massive, because that support ultimate that's standing right now is that Lucio up on the side of SCAD. So if they could focus more on the pressure of supports, that could be huge, but without Frosty Jack's ultimate, Frosty Jack able to find picks. Okay, wait.
Yeah, Frosty Jack's ultimate just kind of negated the immortality field, and everyone else kind of just died right after the fact. Really well done from Frosty Jack to find those win conditions. Platypus has that window ready, and thankfully SCAD Beesports finally has gotten their footing back to hold and do a proper defense here on second point Rialto, which arguably once you're set up, it's so easy to shut down Vengeful Platypus over and over again with the right tools.
And I'm liking this, SCAD positioning from themselves. Obviously, you still have a couple ultimate.
Oh, big stick!
Oh, but it doesn't get anything.
It was a big stick, but even better is the way that we live those. Yes, I love to see it. Big Suzu, I think it came from Saya. Really big Suzu coming in to make sure no one died to that pulse on, because everyone was so close together. Nia, it was so scary. But now, Vengeful Platypus coming in up from the high ground, now pushing through easily. Levi finds Shoto. Now that long range is no longer a factor to be scared of. Now Vengeful Platypus can kind of push up with their Sigma, going over to the Puppy, now going over to the Mei to kind put a little bit of hurt in Mayo's plan.
Oh,
There's a
the
sound
beat
barrier.
was used.
Is it gonna be enough? However, with the flux now coming through, everyone's going up and everyone's going right back down. Bob is also there to help out in the fray.
Oh, and you know, we get to see that Blizzard pop from Puppy, and oh, look, we're able to see more Ash gameplay here as Ash is up in the kill feed. Shuttle's just able to get more and more, and if you're Shadowy, you're sitting at 1% against Shadow with a Bob ultimate. Yeah, it's gonna be a little unfortunate.
Sorry, it would be really funny if they accidentally coach gunned into the water.
Yeah, I got a little worried there.
I was gonna laugh really hard, but it would be really bad because now they have only a minute and 20 seconds and counting. They started off with a almost 5-minute time bank, and SCAD Beesports, they're looking even cleaner than before. They have the pulse bomb ready for the side of Vengeful Platypus to make them get a big opening and then push in with a really aggressive rally. I would love to see that, but Frosty Jack so low. But the pulse bomb is absolutely massive. That's what I'm talking about, and it also gets both supports. That's even better. That's the opening that Vengeful Platypus needed from level 1, I'm sorry, by Levi, while also maintaining the rally from the Richtofen.
So true, and this is now dramatic for the side of SCAD. But you're looking at Vengeful Platypus. They put themselves back up into this one with a fantastic balls from Levi. But now you're looking at a rally that could be popped here, even a window here very, very shortly. But as well, that tank ultimate on the side of Vengeful is also building up. So you got 3 to work with against SCAD.
That's not good. They lost their Sigma so early on from Shoto once again being a menace in this engagement. Saya finds a headshot into Shadowy, gets the lick back. However, they're going through a really big rotation here on the coast side of things. We forced a recall coming in from Levi. Can we get the pick? We absolutely do from Puppy, picking up what Shoto couldn't put down. Very nicely done. Good synergy between the 2 DPS players of this team. And again, a minute and a half. SCAD Beesports has to defend this even longer to avoid an overtime situation.
Here we go. If you are Vengeful Platypus, you are pushing that payload for even more. But the wall does come out. They're trying to look for something, and Shadow with the aggression from height. I'm liking this play.
I mean, the craziest buff I've ever seen in my life, but it's not going to find too much. It's going to force a bit of space away, and Shoto does get Shadowy from a little bit of a sneaky angle, but gets pelted by Levi once again on this Tracer. Pulse Bomb is again ready to be activated. If they can get over the valve now, and they do, that's even better. Now forces the blink to be expended, forces the cryo to also be utilized early on, and the Suzu from Saya. We have 4 ultimates. Here's the flux. It gets 2. It kills 2. Now we have downpour. Pulse Bomb in the entranceway. Here comes the sound barrier from other Val. Frosty Jack has to live these, but I'm not sure they can with just Lucio healing. It's gonna be the immortality field coming through. 30 seconds left on the clock. We're gonna get the W. Bob gonna be covering the alleyway, the entryway, and we have gone ourselves over to a round 3.
Overtime it is in our North American matchup. Map 5. Who would have predicted this? This is a night to tell for opening day. Both of the teams are bringing high aggression gameplay, and looking at how both of the teams have been working with the bans, they're doing a fantastic job. Obviously, we got to see nice defensive gameplay, but as well, offensive gameplay too. That's been showing pretty greatly throughout this, but it's still Rialto, of course. This map 5 is still going, but SCAD Beesports Black and Vengeful Platypus, it's gonna come down to what they pick and what they trust. And the communication needs to be key here up in this overtime scene to certify themselves a win up on this series.
This, I'll be honest, did not go the way I thought it would. I never thought ever that we would be here
It's
map
exciting.
5 in a round 3 and 4 situation. I'm excited. One, because Vengeful Platypus, they're playing incredibly out of their mind, and also for SCAD Beesports, I have seen them multiple times, and I love watching teams come back for CGL seasons and across other tournaments. So I'm rooting for both these teams. So one part of me is like very torn, and another part of me is like, this is the hypest thing I ever watched. I love this. This is great. We're starting off very strong with the SCAD Beesports defense side here. Frosty Jack going back to the hazard as always. Maybe not sticking onto the May side over the other Val. They're both going to be staying onto that Kiri and Lucio backline. It's a duel between Shadowy and Shoto. Frosty Jack gets rocked out of it. Here comes the Suzu coming through to help save the day. But the car is still being pushed. They're being pushed all the way back. Mayo forces the immortality foot to be used early on, but he negates it as fast as they possibly can. Good shield off, and kind of puts pressure on Shoto back up from that corner.
Yeah, and obviously Mayo's getting pressured here, but Shadowy able to get that pick up on the Lucio is pretty beneficial for this side of Vengeful. But now you're looking at SCAD Beesports, which are still bringing the aggression to the game. But the May and Frosty going down without being Frosty up in the fight. Now you're able to see Vengeful Platypus just pushes even more, Mott.
Oh, this only means sneaky on the wrong side of things. Shoto gonna be found out and shut down by Mayo here. Car has 3 on it, gonna be pushing it as fast as possible in this game. They should be able to honestly take this first objective here and get another point on the board. 4-3 so far. Overtime, however, so all that means is they need one fight to win for SCAD Beesports to bring it back. But I'm not sure that's even gonna happen.
Oh,
the tracking was impeccable. Look how far forward they're moving up. The Flux is also ready to be extra aggressive, and now you don't have the icicle either, the May icicle, so they have to just back up and give all this space for free.
All right, chat, we need fire emojis up in the chat right now to hype up these two teams. But Vengeful Platypus, right? You got this Flux ready to go, but as well as this Pulse, this could be massive, devastational damage. But the Pulse, without it now, Shadowy is able to get a pick.
They lose Saya, they lose a Continue Rush. That's the only ultimate that Beesports has right now, and Vengeful Platypus knows it. Flux gonna be used on the staircase here, gonna be looking right at the May. Frosty's next. Mayo somehow not dying during this entire excursion. Other Val needs to live before getting burned down by Dynamite. And Shadowy only gets another headshot kill onto Shoto.
Spin that Rose.
5-3 so far. Any swaps? No. But we have everything ready for SCAD. This surely is where it ends, right?
Oh, you know, they're making it look dramatic, right? They want a dramatic end to it, but here we go. Vengeful Platypus still pushing this one up into the overtime scene. If you are one of the teams, you're going to pop an ultimate, and here we go.
Gonna downpour, comes this Blizzard as well. This should be the victory need, because Bob is there to save the day. Overtime, Wick going all the way down. We end it 5-3 in round 3. 33 meters needed to get through and persevere for SCAD Beesports. No pressure.
Yep. Still very, very possible from, you know, both of the sides here. But looking at that aggression, especially up in overtime, working with only a certain amount of time to push it that far is extremely impressive from the side of Vengeful Platypus. So, you know, pat yourself up on the back. But obviously this series is not over, so definitely lock in. But SCAD Beesports, now you're in a position where you can attack. And does attacking favor defensing? Maybe. Who knows? This is Rialto. But SCAD Beesports, you're still going to run out upon that hazard composition against Vengeful Platypus's composition of Sigma. So everything needs to lock in from both of the sides. But if you're SCAD, if you want to take the series, like how we've been seeing throughout the series with the map wins, all that stuff, you want to win this.
You do. You also have 30 extra seconds on the clock here. And I know it's not much, but Overwatch, that's like at least 2 team fights. Yeah. Or 1.5. But Saya and other Val, their ultimates are going to be the key factor in that sustain, because of the fact that they have that Rally and Immortality. Not Immortality. Oh, yeah, Immortality Field as well. But Rally and Window are so good for Vengeful Platypus. It's like, it's kind of insane here. They can hold top, but remember, they did struggle on their initial defense phase for a while. That allows SCAD to get a really big time bank initially on second. So we'll see what happens here on their second attempt at defense. Puppy already being in a world of hurt against that Dynamite, and now has to break through the shield and has to break through. Oh, that's huge focus. Other Val! Wait! My Lucio fell into the water.
You know, as a Lucio player, I'd be a little disappointed there, especially up in these moments, right? You want to show what you could do up in this overtime situation, but now you're working with 50 seconds, Mott. It's gonna come down to fight after fight and win after win for the SCAD Beesports side, and hopefully they could do it.
Oh, and they can't do it without other Val getting picked up by Shadowy once again, just kind of hanging out in the open a little bit too long there. But being forced to swap over to the Genji. Maybe put some pressure onto Shoto, maybe pressure onto Levi. But we have 30 seconds left on the clock here. The car has moved to 40 meters, nowhere close to the next 2 points they need. They have to lock in. Shoto now going over, making the executive decision to go to the Cassidy again.
Yeah, eyes up on their monitor here for both of the teams. SCAD Beesports need to be perfect with it. They cannot pull a mistake, but you're looking at both of the teams so far. They've been putting up aggression, but look at this fight happen.
Oh, the tracking. Good Suzu coming through. Force the recall from Levi. Could this be enough? Everyone's on the right
Oh,
side.
no.
Is so low. Saya especially. Can they
Wait.
get the
Oh,
kill?
that's
Shoto
huge focus.
finds the kill on Levi. Saves Saya's life. Live another day. Puppy is so low. But Flatter Weevil finds Saya. Can we get the kill onto the Baptiste? That's a big important part. Immortality food being expended. Bob is now on the field. Shuts down Frosty Jack. Is just up to Shoto to 1v4. I'm not sure they can do it. They can just long enough for everyone to come back. Overtime Wick is down. And there it is. Vengeful Platypus have done it. Game 5, round 4. Defending for their lives. Finishing it off in a 3-2 fashion.
Wow, what a showing for the ones that are watching up in chat, but as well, you know, us casters and even Parad looking at this one. This has been a fantastic series just overall. Both of the teams really put up in the work. If I were to see these two teams fight it again here up in a series, it's going to be exciting, especially after what we just saw.
Absolutely. No need to go to map 6. No draw was had today, thankfully. Very, very well done. I could not be happier with the result. I could not be happier with the games. Could not be happier with anything else. They were cooking. As a reminder, it was literally back and forth. You can see on your screen right now. You could also see a recap of the bans in the series that we did see between each game. Map 1, map 2, map 3, map 4, map 5. Map 1, they banned Hazard really early on. It kind of put them in for a loop here to deal with their Hazard later in the series, and suddenly they just locked back in, understood the assignment, found the kills needed, found the aggression needed to play with that Sigma. Shout out to Mayo for playing the Sigma instead of the Reinhardt and finding things to make it work. The modified Sigma Brawl is still alive and well, and I love to see it. And into Hazard, if that's an option, bring me back. Take me back to the Sigma Brawl.
Yeah, it's so real. I feel like they put a great job in momentum play, even the communication, positioning, all that jazz. They really brought it to the game here tonight here for this North American scene of week 1. But, you know, it's going to be, a little unfortunate for this SCAD Beesports team. But hey, you got more weeks to work with. You got more scrims. Anything could happen with that practice. And it's always exciting to see a team improve throughout the season.
Absolutely. And of course, we're going to be going to a very quick break. We're going to be seeing if we can get an interview with the winners of this very
exciting
long series. So we'll be right back in a couple of minutes to get that interview for you guys. So don't go anywhere. Be right back soon.
Got lots of love. Love.
And we're back with not just one, but 2 interview candidates for you guys today. We have Weevil and Shadow coming through. Hey guys, how are we feeling after what might be one of the longest matches to start the season off?
Yeah, my heart was getting a little bit racy at the end, but it was a fun match. I really enjoyed that one, and it was a really fun match. I enjoyed it a lot. And congrats to SCAD as well. They were very good first opponents for us.
Yeah, you know, especially after seeing what you all brought to the table, it was always exciting throughout the series. But as well, this is a question that I got for you two. Heading up into next week, what are you guys gonna do for practice scene? More scrims, probably.
Yeah. We like to scrim a lot. We do a lot of scrims. We do a lot of behind the scenes like coaching as well, VOD reviews. We always like to kind of cook up new comps just to try out what we can use, what we can't use. And then if everything doesn't work, we can just go back to the trusted Reinhardt and just have a good time.
Nice. That is so amazing. You know, after looking at, you know, how that Rialto went, I was kind of getting like a flashback of like a Timeless versus like Energy Shock moment. I was getting a little worried, right? But you know, Ahmad, you know, what else do you gotta say here, especially with these two? They really proved us stuff throughout the series. I'd say.
They did great. I actually want to ask you guys how you felt about the ban process, and like, well, how did the bans that SCAD had, and honestly on you guys yourselves, how did that affect what kind of comps you were willing to run here, and also how did that affect who came in? 'Cause I know you guys had a couple of swaps in as well.
Yeah, I think mostly when they banned like the Reinhardt and the Winston, that kind of threw us off a little bit because we were planning on playing those heroes, but then it's kind of like thinking who can play what heroes are best in what person's player pool, and then just kind of picking from there and just going with that and hoping that it works, and just thinking up what options we have left. I enjoyed the ban system as well, just because it kind of, we can use what they're best at and we can ban something that they're good at to shut them down as well, which helped us a lot as well, I think. Especially like us banning Hazard on the first map, they showed to play a lot of pretty good Hazard comps on like other maps. So us banning Hazard on the first map kind of helped us set a good like momentum as well there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
we got to
honestly-
see it up on Chaos. It's fantastic. But as you were saying.
Yeah, I just feel like with the ban system, it forces team to flex a lot more. And thankfully, with us, we have enough people for that.
True. Yeah. I mean, we got to see it as casters. You guys performed extremely impressive here, especially tonight. You know, being a little late one. You know, as casters, we thought it was gonna be at 8, but hey, it's all good. No worries. But yeah, for something that I have to say, did you guys get worried about banning the Hazard up in that map one?
I think our like always our first ban was going to be Hazard, just because he's kind of the meta tank. You know, he's like he does do a lot to Reinhardt as well. Like Reinhardt, we always play Reinhardt on Li Zhang. That's kind of like, and teams should fear our Reinhardt.
Be
Mia
saying
loves
that,
to play
man.
the Reinhardt, but kind of banning Hazard takes away a lot of mobility. Reinhardt isn't the best into Hazard, so just taking that out of the way early just lets us build a bit of momentum.
No, very smart plan. I mean, I feel there's so many different ways to strategize the bans in your favor, the way you guys did with banning Hazard first. So that's why I personally love seeing the ban system, is seeing everyone flex around and seeing the different comps be, created around a Titan that Hazard can be in the meta. So very smart from you guys. Again, amazing showcase today. It's late. I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. What is your shout out on the stream? It can be anything. It can be about a person. It can be a situation. It can be whatever you guys really want. And you can each go and have your separate shout outs if you want.
Weevil, do you want to go first?
Yeah, shout out to Levi. He was lagging for majority of this series.
Oh, it was lagging. Oh,
His
no.
Wi-Fi is probably set up in the middle of a McDonald's as we speak.
Oh, at least it's not like the Walmart Wi-Fi, right? Like where
Yeah.
you walk in
least
and then
it's
you
not
can't like make a
Hey,
call.
we don't have those over in Britain. We're kind of stuck with just normal stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank-
Shout out to that as well. Shout out to my doomed sleep schedule by joining an NA team because it is 5 a.m. But I think that's one of my shout-outs. Shout out to Weevil as well for taking me on and
I
letting
think
me
half
kind of
the
prove
team is
myself.
EU at this point.
They're infiltrating! Yeah, they're infiltrating us! No,
do we call this like EUVNA here? Obviously.
no, I love this. I love you guys. You guys did absolutely amazing today, and if this is any indication of how you're gonna play for the rest of the season, I am so looking forward to you guys in the coming weeks in your division. So kudos to you guys. I know it's late,
sure.
so please get some well-deserved rest. Scrim up, get ready for next week because it's gonna get harder and harder as we go on. So congratulations. Any last words before we let you guys go?
Shadow, you want to go first?
I guess shout out to the team. Well done for playing as well as you always do. Well done to Levi for surviving through the McDonald's Wi-Fi. And shout out to SCAD again. They were really good opponents for our first week, and I'm glad that we could like prove ourselves and show that we can put on a good series.
For sure. Thank you guys so much for tonight. Have a wonderful, wonderful night/morning because 5 a.m. for you. So please go to bed, please.
I've got a lecture in 2 hours. I can't go to bed.
Oh, Shadow, you poor man.
All right. Good luck, guys. Have a good one.
Thank
See you
you.
guys next time.
Have a
Of
good
course.
day. Thank you.
Of course.
Yes.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
they're
that
so
was
cute.
that.
I always
Yeah,
love
they
interviewing
did
people.
fantastic. Honestly, you
Yeah.
know, even though if they're like shy, you know, I feel like they deserve the win. They played pretty fantastic throughout. But having Vengeful Platypus, like how we saw from map 1, they were really dominant. That's something that we wanted to see going out throughout the series, where Vengeful Platypus was over SCAD, and that's what we saw here tonight. And Vengeful was able to take this win over SCAD Beesports, but hey, SCAD had a fair fight with Vengeful here, and a true game for just the opening day. This has been fantastic. Just a wonderful opening scene in my eyes.
Absolutely. And let's do a quick recap of the day. We had, of course, EU earlier today. As a reminder, they were a 3-0 victory in favor of Coconuts of Victory. Fine, really good for their namesake. And again, what we just had here for past 2 hours, a banger of a map 5 overtime round 4 and 3 and 4 series. It was a 3-2 victory in favor of the Vengeful Platypus, and Vengeful they are. They're going on and moving on winner side, while SCAD Beesports will be continuing on and duking it out. And I hope all the rest of the games are a little bit easier than this one, because this was a tough one to get through. They both went toe-to-toe with one another. So, you know, I am really excited to see where both the teams do end up in our Season 15 bracket. But in the meantime, that's all we have for you guys tonight. There's more coming to you this week. There's GM, there's Open, there's Diamond, there's NA, there's EU, there's South America as well, which is absolutely
That's gonna be so exciting.
humongous. That's great. So we have so many things coming up for you guys on the CGO channels. Please keep the schedule in the back of your mind. Put them on. There's drops happening right now, so you want your tier drops as well. That's also happening. So stop playing around and tune in for CGL in the next coming days. Nia, any last final words, my friend?
Hey, all we gotta say is we got more to come, and always exciting to surprise us all. But yeah, we will see you guys very, very soon.
Goodbye, everyone, and thank you so much for watching and supporting our team. See you guys next time.
Yes.